Thanks so much for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. I see some Funkos and some action figures back there. I don't see no Dirty Doms, man. What the hell's going on?
Oh, you know what? Here's the thing though. I've been waiting for particular figures to hit the market, and lo and behold, over this past month, you got two on the way. You got your elite, your Dirty Dom Elite, which I really need because it has the bandana, the jacket, it's got all of it.
Yeah,
And then the Ultimate Edition, they started showing around too,
the
man. I was like, okay,
WrestleMania
those are
one.
the ones.
Yeah, those are
Those are the ones
badass.
I get. Is that get old?
The action figures?
Yeah, like seeing yourself like
Not at
recreated.
all, dude. Not at all. From playing with them as a kid to wanting all of them. Like I have stories from being jealous of my cousin because my uncle was a collector, so my cousin would have all the Rey Mysterio action figures and I didn't have shit. So I'd look at my dad and be like, "Yo, what the hell is going on? Like, why do I not have all these cool toys?" So luckily, shout out to Jack Specific from back in the day who used to make the action figures. They sent me a whole box of just insane amount of wrestling action figures. So I've always been a fan, man. So yeah, it never gets old seeing my action figure.
Yeah, man, it's but those two especially. It's like that's the Dirty Dom era is but now I don't think they have the mustache. I don't think they're
No,
they're quite that up to date.
no. So actually, I had an unfortunate. My mustache was a lot thicker, but I had an unfortunate accident to where I was trimming it because it was getting so long. It was like coming down to my lips. So I was trimming it, and I accidentally like went up, and I shaved like
Oh,
half of it off, and I was pissed. So I had to shave it all off. I was like, all right, starting back from square one.
I've
But I'm
I've done
Mexican.
that.
It'll grow
Yes.
back in like 2 weeks.
Yes, exactly. Man, it grows back in a week. So yeah, man, this is it's awesome. We got a lot going on, of course. I did want to start off. How are you feeling? Because I know the elbow and the arm and everything. How's everything progressing?
It's doing a lot better, man. I had a slight tear in my Tommy John ligament. No surgery, just 6 to 8 weeks of rehab. Been doing the rehabs two times a week now. So hopefully I can be back out there in the next couple weeks, hopefully.
Awesome, awesome. And right now, of course, A&E has been doing their Legends series, and it's we've got one of the best coming up. Eddie Guerrero, one of my favorites, one of so many, and obviously so close and so synonymous with the Mysterios as well. What can you tease about this particular kind of in-depth look at his career and life and what it means to you to kind of continually have that spotlight on him even after his passing?
I think it's really cool. I think Eddie deserves all the spotlight. He was such a great human being. Um, from the little I remember when I was 8 years old, he was such a good guy, very caring, very loving. Um, but it was a different story when you got in the ring, man. He was a different beast when he got in there. He turned on the jets and became a different animal, and it was so cool to see that switch. Turn on in person, from him being, the sweet, loving Eddie, like giving me a hug, like getting ready to go out to Gorilla to going out there and yelling at me and almost hitting me at SummerSlam in '05. So it's like it's a blessing, it's an honor, and it's really cool to be able to know that I was able to step in the ring with him at one point in time. And I think this A&E documentary will just put that all in depth of just going behind the scenes and the little things that I remember. Um, his his angry rant after SummerSlam that a lot of people don't know of or remember. I think I threw that guy in there. I think it's going to be really cool and really special to see.
Well, and it's also been fun to see number one, kind of like we mentioned before, like his career and his like impact on the business is I feel like it doesn't ever go away, right? Like it's kind
Mm-mm.
of I like how we kind of keep that in the forefront. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh man, remember Eddie Guerrero? Why doesn't anyone talk about him? I love that, we get
Yeah.
those even in the ring, right? And look, you've had fun with the legacy as well, implementing it into the heel repertoire, as it were, having some of those fun homages. But it's also one of those things too, like it keeps it fresh in everyone's mind, right? Too, on top of getting yourself some heat.
Yeah, I mean, I think so, and if you look at wrestling, everyone does everyone's moves, right?
Right.
It's who who gives a shit. But at the end of the day, if you look back in the history books and you watch the Eddie Guerrero promo, you think next time you judge me for doing anything, you remember who he said was going to carry on the Guerrero name.
Yes. 100%. 100%.
Just
Um,
saying.
yeah, no, just throwing that
He
out there. I
he
mean,
he
facts are
knew
facts,
something
man.
we all didn't in 2005, 20 plus years ago. He knew something that we all didn't know. So I'm just doing old Pops a favor at this point.
Well, and two, you've been, Judgment Day still on top. And even though everything, I feel like there's been so much change, even taking away like, real life change of injuries and things, but even just within, storyline, adding new members, one day R-Truth's a member, one day he's not. The Damian Priest's whole saga of becoming world champ. So there's just been so much going on, but you guys have been able to really, stay a group, kind of continue that family vibe. Post WrestleMania, because so much happens and we've got one kind of season under the belts there. What's it looking back like? What's it the ride been like so far for you? It's part of Judgment Day and throughout the WrestleMania season.
Man, it's been a hell of a ride. And it gets me emotional talking about it, because they really do mean so much to me. All of them, Rhea, Damien, Finn, especially JD, man, coming in there a little bit late, but he's been with us for the past couple months. But it's all been so special because it's like I don't know who's done it like we have, you know, especially just the diversity of the group to how the group started to where we are now. And it's just like no one does it like Judgment Day. And it's like we're the amount of segments we're on for TV, the amount of things that we do, it's like it's pretty surreal, man. And I'm very blessed to have been a part of this and just continue this journey with them because it's been a wild ride, man, and I'm very thankful.
Yeah, it's been quite a ride. It's been fun to watch. And also too, it's so great that I feel like um JD is coming. He's phenomenal in NXT, and it was awesome to kind of see him jump into this mix and really get to show sides of his personality. Even though they result in just awful looking black eyes sometimes. Sometimes that was gnarly. For I do have a question though, because there is this like ongoing thing of where people keep seeing you accidentally hit Finn. What is going on? Because like one
Those are
is like a
all
coincidence, but now it's like
No,
up to
those are
three or
all,
four.
dude, those are all genuine accidents, I swear. And I think that's what makes it so funny. Because like if you notice this past, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago when we were out in the ring, and we all hugged. I made sure after we all hugged, I looked at Finn and I was like, "You good?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm good." Because I really don't mean I don't mean to hit him, man. It kind of just happens. It's an accident, and he doesn't tell. I think the best part about it is he doesn't tell me like that I'm doing it. He's like it's almost like a dad. He kind of just like lets it happen, because he knows that I'm not doing it on purpose. Or he's like, I don't know what he thinks. I just think he likes me too much to not say anything, or he's being too nice about it. But yeah, he never said anything to me up until the last one where he was like, "Hey, oh, do we have an issue here?"
It's
But no,
they're
those are all
they're
accidents,
so
I
great.
swear.
They're like Uncle Howdy QR codes. You know what I mean? Like you gotta wave and spot them.
Yeah, it's just me being, a dumbass.
It's ama- but it's amazing because that's family, right? It's a
Yeah, yeah,
great part of that.
100%.
And also speaking of that, look, I mean the LWO has brought in some honorary members, here and there, right? Bad Bunny and some other people to hop in. You guys got to roll in with Mahomes. Have you ever thought about like giving some honorary Judgment Day member status to some people, Mahomes, a couple
I
other
def
people that
I definitely have. I don't know how familiar you are with music or traditional Mexican music, but I'd give my boy Peso Pluma a Judgment Day pass, Um have him come through.
Man, that's awesome. That is out. Do we get a shirt, right? We got to do the whole package, right? We got
I
to.
mean, I think we got to do a double mullet shirt, some crazy,
Yes. Oh, please. Okay, make this happen. We put it into the universe. I know I got to let you go. But I did obviously want to talk about Mami. You guys have had such a fun dynamic, and it's become one of the temples of Judgment Day and that. And obviously she had to relinquish the title because of injury and things. But it's also one of those things where like when she comes back,
It's gonna be
that's gonna
huge.
be right. I mean that was kind of my question of was like how does obviously it changes things because of storylines and all that stuff, but like the reception she's gonna have when she gets back,
Yeah,
I don't know, I
people
feel
were
like it's gonna
already
cement
giving
everything.
her, people were already receiving her as like, I don't have words in how to put it because uh, she's just so loved, right? By just the fans and the people. Um, and I'm the complete opposite. Um, they do not like me. So there's been times where for Australia, everything leading up to Australia in Perth, that's why you did not see me and Rhea together because um she was going to get cheered in Australia and they wanted her to get cheered in Australia. And if at any point in time I was with her in Australia or anything leading up to it, she would get booed. So it's like it's crazy, right? So the fact that like she was getting already this insane reaction, and people were seeing her every week, and now she's gonna be gone for a couple months. You don't know when she's gonna come back. You have no idea what's gonna happen, and then it's like once you hear this is my brutality, people are gonna freaking lose their minds, and you're gonna mark my words, people are gonna talk about it as one of the biggest reactions in wrestling history. I know people talk about, when Punk came back, when Randy came back, even when Stone Cold came back at WrestleMania in Dallas, right? But I think with Rhea, it's just there's something a little bit more special about it, right? So I don't know. Maybe I'm just being biased because, she's helped me so much along the way and I think she's the best. But I think that reaction is going to be massive.
Yeah, it's gonna be something special. By the way, bias is okay. I feel like it's perfectly within the realm. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's my mommy.
Loyal. I would call it loyal. That's what I would
Yeah.
say. And also too on that before I let you go on that Funko Pop flip, I do need a Dom and Mommy like two pack there.
So
That's
I had pitched this. Someone I forgot who asked me. They're like, if you could have design creativity for any one of your Funkos, and I said I would do a double of me and Rhea of Halloween Havoc, where she's dressed as the cop and I'm coming out with my furry boots and the handcuffs. Like
yes.
that's you want your top selling Funko? There it is.
Yes, I need that ASAP. So yes, I feel like we're doing the Lord's work here. We're putting stuff into the universe. It's good stuff.
We're trying
Man, thank you
to.
for all the time, all the best success on what's coming next.
Appreciate you, brother. Have a good one.
You too. Thanks so much.